Good morning, beautiful people. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day today. In a recent video of mine, the video where I talk about how I don't like domination, I said something about map flow and traffic patterns. I was talking about how domination makes the entire map kind of playable in a high traffic area, and it eliminates any sort of low traffic areas of the map, and that's why I don't prefer domination anymore. And when thinking about videos to make, and I was trying to think of some like map design videos to think about, to talk about, that's when these two thoughts merged. A good map has low traffic areas. Low traffic areas lead to more strategy and more flanking. The reason why nobody likes the USS Texas, Gustav Canon, or Aachen is because they don't have low traffic areas. In Aachen, the entire middle of that map is a hotspot. The low traffic areas are the spawn points of the map. So you're either doing nothing in the spawn where the enemies aren't gonna come find you, or you're in the middle where the enemies are and you can't flank them. Same exact thing with the USS Texas. You're either in the back spawn head glitching, waiting for people to come find you, or you're in the middle not really doing anything because people are sitting in the back spawns trying to camp and you wait for you to come to them. You can't flank, you can't go underneath, you can't go to the side. There are no low traffic areas. Now, Gustav Canon is an interesting piece because you think, oh, the map is so big that certainly there's low traffic areas. However, the map is not just big, it's very open. See, I don't have a problem with Gustav Canon because it's big. I like big maps. I have a problem with Gustav Canon because it's an open map. And in an open map, everywhere is a high traffic area. Because if somebody's on that cannon, if just one person is on that cannon and looks over the side, they can see the entire side of the map. That makes that a high traffic area. Maybe not where a lot of people go, but it's going to be the route that people choose to go if they decide to go and not camp, which they tend to do in freaking Gustav Canon. It just clicked with me, like those maps I dislike because of that, because I cannot flank around, because there are no alternative ways of maneuvering around the map. And then it hit me, that's why everybody hates ghost maps, and that's why I like ghost maps. In Call of Duty Ghosts, there were a lot of areas, there were a lot of routes that were low traffic areas. I, being me, the guy who likes to flank and maneuver the map all smart like, I loved that. That was amazing. But to the player that had to pay attention to all of these lines of sight, all of these different routes, it was stressful because it seemed like players could just come from anywhere and everywhere. Now in Call of Duty Ghosts, you kind of have to weigh certain sight lines more so than others. You have to recognize traffic patterns to say, hey, they're probably not going to be coming through here, and they probably are going to be coming through here. That's a different video for a different day. But that's why people don't like ghost maps, because there were low traffic areas, and those low traffic areas at some points made it seem like the maps played very slow and very almost campy and random. But moving on to World War II, it's why I really just adore Sainte Marie du Mont. Sainte Marie du Mont is a classic Call of Duty map. It has a really good spawning algorithm and lots of good spawn points, and just the way it's designed in 9 quadrants rather than 3 lanes is very, very well done. However, there are, depending on the game mode and the situation, there are low traffic areas. I would argue that the side by the hay bales, the big open area where B is, that could be a low traffic area for a game like Kill Confirmed, like Team Deathmatch, like Hardpoint. Or if you are playing some of those objective game modes like Domination, or if the hardpoint is in that kind of B domination area, I would argue that the opposite side of the map, behind the restaurant, towards that, depending on which side you're looking at, the opposite side of that area of the map is the low traffic area. And having those low traffic areas allows the player to maneuver the map in a very intelligent way and establish map control and rush people and flank people and be successful and evade people, get away from certain situations that they don't like. Instead of, you know how on Domination the B flag is right there in the middle of those hay bales and that little barn-ish area place over there? there are many head glitches over there. There's a lot of head glitches, there's lots of pieces to cover. It's really good for assault rifles, really good for sniper rifles, really good for LMGs, picking people off. But say you have an SMG and you don't want to challenge that. You don't want to go over there. So you go to where I just described. You go to the restaurant, you go to the opposite side of the map, you flank around, and you cut them off before they get to B. That is what having a low traffic area in your maps do for you. They allow players to flank and play to their strengths, and you don't force them to get into engagements that they don't want to. Call of Duty, it's all about being aware. And it's all about, what do I always say? It's about positioning and awareness. You have to be aware of where you are, aware of where the enemy is, where they're coming from, where they're going to, and you have to put yourself in the best position for you. Now come with me for a moment, come with me on this mental thought here. Go back to Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3. Think about how the maps played out in those games. Very, very restrictive, very, very simple, streamlined, 3 different lanes. Left, right, center. That was all you had. I would argue that in Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3, there was a distinct lack of low traffic areas because they wanted everybody to be streamlined. They wanted this game to be streamlined. Everybody picks a route, gets into cover, and wins a 50-50 gunfight or loses a 50-50 gunfight. Now, it's not as simple as that, but I digress. Say you're on Hunted and you go through the caves with a shotgun. There is no positioning that you can use. There is no flank route that you can have. There is no low traffic area you can go to flank and get close to the enemies. You just have that barrel, the bridge which is wide open, and another barrel. Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3 take away your positioning, your ability to position yourself in a position of advantage. The only position you have in Black Ops 3 is within a head glitch or out in the open. And perhaps, maybe Call of Duty Ghosts went a little overboard with the giving you a whole bunch of different positions to be in. In a game like Black Ops 3 or Black Ops 2, the player was very much aware of what was going on, but didn't have the positioning to deal with it. In Call of Duty Ghosts, the player had a huge variety of different positions to be in, but maybe that was at the sacrifice of their own awareness. And maybe, just maybe, a lot of these maps in World War II are a balance in the middle. I don't want a game so streamlined like Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 2 where I know where the enemies are coming from, but there's just no way of putting myself in a position of advantage. And unfortunately, to my sadness, the community doesn't want a game like Call of Duty Ghosts where the player had an enormous amount of flank routes and so many good ways to maneuver the map intelligently at the sacrifice of a fair awareness. I still much prefer Ghosts, but that's not the point of this video. I think the reason that I do like these maps in World War II, it's because when you look at St. Marie-du-Mont, when you look at London Docks, even Ardennes Forest and frickin' Gibraltar, they have, at some points in time, those low traffic areas, and they're simple enough, they're small enough to where a majority of players do have that awareness. Maybe this is the balance we were looking for. Maybe this is the balance I was looking for. I don't know. This is an interesting thought, and I'm interested to see what you guys have to say in the comments section below. That's all I have time for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until the next absolutely beautiful Call of Duty morning, I'll catch up with you guys later. And as always, stay beautiful.